get back to this.
Yeah.
This is what chapters
We
are
used to be a
supposed to
proper country.
Yes, well, this one came out in 2019. We were a proper country. Anyway.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Good morning, sweet peas. We're going to do a little weekly vlog this week. I feel like we have a lot of interesting things going on this weekend, so I thought it might be fun to take you along. We've been doing a lot of sewing content, and we're about to do even more crafting content with our soon-to-be 2-year-old's birthday coming up, so I thought this might be a little change of pace. Right now, it's about 11 on Thursday. Normally, Felix works on Thursdays, and I have our toddler on Thursdays. This week, we swapped it just because of the videos that we have coming out this week. It made more sense. I've been up since... I started editing at like 9 this morning. I'm 15 minutes in to what will, by the end of it, probably be like a 30 to 40 minute video. It's going to end up being about maybe 2.5 hours of like content to edit, but you know, that's just the way it is. I also today, actually, I just took a shower and I emailed a couple of brands. It's rough out here. It's rough out here. So anytime I'm like, I like this brand, I use this brand, I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. This is us. We'd love to do a collab with you. Nothing's panned out yet, but that's okay. Let's like manifest together. Can you guys actually, here's a great question. I know some people like swear by these like woo-woo things that they do. By the way, is that like offensive? Please let me know. I feel like, to me, what like woo-woo means is like, I'm not talking about people who are like genuinely like spiritual, like are like worshiping in their own way, or like a belief system. When I'm talking about it, I mean like the same energy as like guy who wears lucky underwear the day that his like favorite football team is playing. Like that's what I mean. Where it's like you do things where it's like maybe it's helping, maybe it's not, but like it's making me feel better. That's what I'm talking about right now. And basically anytime I use that term, where it's like some people do it and I'm like, okay, but then also I'm like, maybe I should do that. You know what I mean? Anyway, in that umbrella, what are you guys doing that you think is like working for you, at the very least mentally, and maybe even like actually? Because I feel like we talk about, as like a generation at least, like I'm manifesting that, and all I really mean when I say it is like I'm thinking about it when I go to bed, like not really like praying, because I don't pray, but like I'm like, okay, these are the things that I want. And even then it's like not often. And that's kind of it. Like I'm just like wishing for it. Are you guys doing something else? I've heard people like who genuinely make a vision board and like look at it every day and think about it every day, feel like that does something, at the very least, like putting your goals at the front of your mind. I think I might do that, especially when it comes to working with brands and getting paid. And then also just like, I don't know, like other goals, like learning to knit, which I've talked about a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, let me know. And then are there other things you guys are doing that you like? Please discuss. Please discuss. I'm open to many things. Yeah, so we're doing a little bit of editing now that I've sent out some emails. I also emailed our fertility clinic just to see like when they could get us in. We're not planning for a sibling for about another year, but I need to know like how much is it going to cost, because fertility stuff in the US is never ever covered by like any normal insurance. I know that some big companies like Disney and Starbucks, things like that, used to cover things like IVF. I don't think they cover, and I don't know because I don't work there anymore, but I don't think they cover just like, hey, checking in, just seeing what's going on type things. And then we are on Oregon Health Plan, which is Oregon's like Medicare, and it's definitely not covered by that. So I just like want to get in and like ask some questions and like, hey, how are you guys feeling about the current administration? Do you think that we're going to be able to access the medications we need next year? You know, classic stuff like that. So yeah, so with those costs coming and then just like the rate of everything going up, I feel like our need for ads is like really ramping up. So, you know, I'll do anything I have to. And if I need to, not if, I'm excited to learn different ways where I can like put good vibes out there, you know? Right now, Felix took our toddler with all of his little toddler friends. We have like a weekly, not always weekly, but like we have some friends we hang out with a lot, and Felix took him to that play date this morning. They went to the Peony Gardens actually, and then on the way there we found out that the other parents are dressing nice to take pictures, and Felix and our kid are dressed just like to play at a park. So, you know, but I feel like you can look cute in any pictures when you're like trying to create memories, you know? Sorry, I keep looking over here because I'm editing. You can look however you want to look. You can make that happen, you know? And then later today, we're going to a little like art market at one of the local high schools. This high school in particular has like a huge art department, and so they always have really cool stuff. We went to their like Christmas one and it was really fun. So excited to go to that, depending on how much editing I get done. If I don't get a lot of editing done today, I might have to send Felix and our kiddo alone to that. But we'll see. The thing, I'm editing a sewing video now. You will have already seen it. It's this one where I'm making the two-piece set. When I'm editing a sewing video, for those who are interested and curious, it is a lot of hours of footage because I usually just kind of set the camera up and roll while I'm like ironing and cutting and whatever. It usually doesn't take near as long as it does for like a weekly vlog, for example, because with like a weekly vlog, number one, typically those are filmed on like my phone and Felix's phone. And so the first thing that causes it to be a little bit longer is me or Felix, whoever's editing that one, has to go through both of our videos on our phones, put them in the order that they happened. Like we have to remember, actually I take notes about what we did, but we have to remember what order things happened in so they can be in order on here. Then like it's usually a lot more talking than like a sewing vlog or like a cleaning vlog. And so that takes a lot longer to go through. Not that I'm complaining, but like it's just something we have to keep in mind when we're like planning content is like, okay, this kind of video will take much longer to edit versus this kind. And now that we're doing 2 videos a week, we usually try to do one that's like a little bit easier to edit and then one that's a little bit harder. And then if it's a crazy bonkers busy week, then it's like, okay, let's do like a cleaning and a sewing, or like a, you know, like a crafting and like park and bark is what I always call them, because that's what University of South Alabama mentioned. Dr. Rao used to call like standing and singing was like park and bark. He didn't invent that, I don't think, but I use it all the time. Anytime I'm standing in one place talking or singing, I'm like, it's a park and bark. That's what it is. Sorry. He was right. Let the man speak. So anyway, so like my sewing plans video, or when Felix was doing the cheapskate grocery ones, like those are also, they're still a lot of talking, so they're not as quick to edit as cleaning or sewing content. They are still pretty quick because it's a lot of like, you don't have to put anything in a specific order. Usually if we're doing a park and bark type video, it's like we have notes. So also when we're editing, we know like what's coming up, you know? Anyway, for all those curious, that's kind of how that goes. It's 11:20 right now. I've got a Red Bull. I'm back on a Red Bull kick. Nobody gets scared. I'm not having one every day or anything, but it's like a little treat every now and then instead of having normal coffee. And actually right now I'm not even having either every single day. Not for any like real reason other than I am really working on, because we're raising a toddler, right? And we're trying our hardest not to give him an eating disorder that we all have from growing up in the early 2000s. So I'm really like learning about and embracing like intuitive eating, which is something I've never really done. It's like if I only have a few bites of something, I will just eat it even though I don't really want it, or vice versa. Like I could still be hungry, but I'm like, I should save exactly half of this for tomorrow, even though I'm still hungry now. And so I'm trying to not do that. I'm trying to be really like, you know what? I don't want these last 3 bites. I'll save them for like a little snack. And then what I've learned through that is I used to be like, oh, I won't eat like 3 bites of pasta tomorrow. But actually with like me trying to really listen to like what I want or need, sometimes that is what I need. It's like 3 bites of pasta the next day. So anyway, all that to say, I'm trying to also do that with my beverages. And I was a little nervous about it first because I was like, I'm just going to drink sweet tea all day. But actually, I haven't. I do make sweet tea just about every day, especially right now while our friend Joel is living here, who also loves sweet tea. We usually go through our like giant pitcher about every day. I would say, honestly, it's like every 1.25 days. So similar to like having a leap day every 4 years, it's like every 4 or 5 days we get to go a whole day without making sweet tea. But I do still drink a lot of water, and now every couple days I drink a little Red Bull. We also, by accident, Felix bought the 8-ounce ones instead of the 12-ounce, and actually I think it's better because that's how much I want. I thought I wanted 12 ounces of Red Bull. I've also been putting grenadine in it. Have you guys ever done that? And we've been also dressing them up with a little bit of half and half. So then it's like a dirty soda Red Bull here at my home without paying like $7 for it at a dirty soda place. Hack, make it yourself. Anyway, yeah, let's get some editing done. And then I'll probably have lunch soonish. If I have any footage from Felix at the Peony Gardens, I'll put it in now. Also with editing, Morgan. This is the end of this weekly vlog day.
Hey yo.
Summer house.
Summer house in Stardew
Stardew
Valley. Okay. This is year 2 winter. I have my kegs here for my coffee trees. These are my labeled fruit trees. I'm kicking myself.
Oh, okay.
Because I should have only put them inside of the
Shelter. Garden.
No, the garden. Yeah, the greenhouse. I've got 2. Are you watching?
I've got 2 dinosaurs, 1 void chicken, a duck, and a brown and a white chicken. Gonna make some dinosaur mayonnaise. And some duck mayonnaise. Okay, hold on. I know this is super riveting. You're gonna really want it.
It's just like stream.
Okay, and then these are my 2 oil makers for truffles. I also house those outside. Here's my auto grabber. I've got in both. It's Crush. Crush wants you unlock Ginger Islands to have the auto grabber because then when you're gone for multiple days at a time from your farm, you don't have to worry about missing out on product. Here I am making my...
I think that there's no such thing as a ethical billionaire. No, I don't think it's possible to be a Stardew Valley billionaire, but I do aspire always in my farms to be a Stardew multimillionaire and trick out my house. So that's what I've got for you today. Thank you. Well, this has been Pimp My Farm.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Felix has a migraine. They're supposed to have the toddler this morning, but they're laying down a little bit longer. So somebody is eating breakfast. I'm gonna clean up this kitchen a little bit while that's happening. These dishes are clean. These dishes are dirty. So it shouldn't take super long. That's kind of the nice thing about having an incredibly small kitchen is that it doesn't take long to clean, which is great. I've got my water from last night I need to refill. Actually, it's probably time I switch to another one because I try to switch like every 4 days. Let's have a little original audio moment, probably. I think that could be cute.
Bobby yogurt.
Strawberry yogurt.
Bobby.
You want more?
Okay.
Yeah, 1 second. Can you be patient?
Bye.
Patient. No way.
These.
Yeah? No. Oh, yeah. How does it taste?
Yummy.
Yummy, yummy.
Look.
You want milk? I think we're out of milk, buddy. You and Daddy are going shopping today. Right, I'm filming actually.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Strawberry rock. Okay, go ahead. Now I have to edit until this video is done because it needs to come out tomorrow. Ideally, I also, with this video, I also have to film an outro, and because it's a sewing video, I have to film like a little, this is what my sewing project looked like at the end. And then I would love to also film a closet declutter and reorganizing to send to Veronica because we are going on vacation in the month of June to visit my family. Anyway, we're gonna be out of town at the very least for basically like half of June, between going to visit my family in Alabama and then we're also going to the cabin at the end of June. So we need to like batch some content right now. So the next 2 weeks are so incredibly busy. So also today I need to probably print out a calendar of the next like 6 weeks and write down like literally what we need to be like filming versus editing every single day for the next like 6 weeks. Yeah, we'll see. It's 9:30 now. I'm also really hungry, but I'm trying to do the work now of like mentally deciding what I want to eat before I go make it. Because if I just go stand in the kitchen, all I'm gonna do is piss myself off. By being like, there's nothing that I want. Felix is supposed to go grocery shopping today though, so that'll hopefully solve that problem. Maybe I'll make like, our friend Mia gave us tofu. I totally forgot. So maybe I'll make like grits with butter, put tofu on top. What do you think? How's that sound? Okay, let me get through this next chunk and then I'll do that. I have like 45 minutes left of this and then like I said, I have to film the outro. So it's 9:30, I still have to eat, and then so I would guess, I'm hoping I'll be done with this by 12:30. What do we think? Is that possible? And then I still have basically half the day to film. Although I do have a virtual doctor's appointment at 10:45. That's gonna eat into my time for sure. Doctor says it was good and it was only 15 minutes. So back to editing. It's 11 now, but I've only got like 20 minutes of footage left. So I do think I can finish it before 12:30 and then finish what I have and then hopefully also film the outro for them. That would be great. Okay, it is 12. I finished editing everything I have. Now I have to put on makeup and get ready to film the outro and the little like outfit reveal. I'm watching a new Sydney Graham video. as I do that, her studio flooded, which sucks, her sewing studio, and it's, you know, it's her job. So that sucks for her. So, you know, the least I could do is watch her video. My new goal is to have the outro finished and uploading, and maybe be filming my closet declutter by 1:30. I think that's super possible. And then maybe I could have that done filming and finish editing by, let's say 4. We'll see. Felix and the baby are at the park.
Yeah, somebody has decided he's gonna walk to the park of his own accord. We've got stroller here. Yeah, we've got a little guy with the hiccups. Walking. Taking it very serious. Yeah. So this is one of the first times I've been able to get him to wear a hat in the wild. I don't know why. Well, I do. I put it on his head and I say, cool guy. So I think that helps. It's 11:53. This swing. Let's see how long we make it.
Hopefully having a great time. And then Felix has to go grocery shopping during nap. So the next thing you'll see will probably be that. Okay, I just filmed my outro for this video and the little outfit reveal, which is gonna be great. I also need to, in a second, actually I don't need to do it yet. I can do it when I'm editing the outro, but I need to edit the short form of making this outfit as well. So let's go export the outro, clean out this SD card, and film the closet declutter. Yeah, let's do that.
1 hour later.
All right, I decided, I don't remember what I said a minute ago. I decided to go ahead and edit. This is only 10 minutes of footage that I took. And then once I finish it, I can start exporting this video so it can be like ready to go. Felix will watch it. We both, I would say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, we both watch the video the other one made, just in case like there's a clip of the baby that someone forgot to put the, you know, the picture over, or we notice that like our address is in the background, or you know what I mean? Like it's just good to have a second pair of eyes on something. Also, I famously misspell stuff all the time. So Felix does a lot of like correcting my spelling, but that way, like if they're like, yeah, everything looks good, I can just like start uploading it to YouTube and Patreon tonight. It's 2:16 right now. Baby's been asleep for like 30 minutes. So I think he's probably gonna wake up, especially before I finish a closet declutter, but possibly before I even start filming it. We'll see. We'll see.
Hey girl, sorry about the air conditioning noise, but it is hot for real, for real. So that's gonna continue to be on. I am running some errands. I just picked up our portable DVD player that we loaned to one of our toddler friends, whose mom's name is Simone, who was growing snow peas in her garden and said I could have some. And I just grabbed a couple because I truthfully am not the vegetables that I know them very well, and the ones that I don't know as well, I have so little knowledge of. So I was like, I'm just gonna grab like a tiny handful because I don't know which of these are ready and which are not ready. Because I don't know snow peas. They were so good. I was like, oh, let me just like try one of them. I'd planned on saving them for the baby as like a little tiny snack for him. And then they rocked. And I know that I've tried the snow peas from Trader Joe's before, but something about them, maybe it's because I'm hungry, but they were so delicious. So I think I might actually go out of my way to purchase snow peas snack because they're so good. So I'm gonna see if Morgan needs any dipping sauce for those, because I know she's like not a ranch girl. She is a ranch girly. She's like a homestyle ranch girly. Anyway, at the P.O. box, mailing out a package, and then also seeing if we have anything in the P.O. box before we go on a tiny vacation. We're heading up to my grandpa's cabin in Lapine in it's not Eastern Oregon, Central Oregon. And then I have a bunch of grocery shopping and other things I have to do before we do that. And I also have to make taquitos. So I was on baby watch this morning, hanging out with him. We went to the park. That was really great. We watched Ponyo for the first part, because that's like, he asked for Ponyo and I had a migraine. So I was like, go off, King, let's watch Ponyo. And then I was folding some laundry, and then we went to the park, and now I'm here. And I have priority the rest of the day to do what I need to do, which in this case is going to be a lot of like household things, going grocery shopping, and then making food to take to the cabin to share with folks. And yeah. But Morgan and I, we have been doing this thing where we try to not have our phones. Basically, we're like not using them as much as we can. But the hard thing is that we need to get in contact with each other, and then we're almost never doing the same task at the same time. So it's actually harder to reach that person, especially if they don't have their phone on them, because you don't want to like walk all the way down the stairs, which is going to sound dramatic, but it's like also if that person's in the middle of something, anyway, it doesn't matter. All this to say, I'm going to go to the Buy Mart and see if they have Walkie Talkies. We used to have like a sick set of Walkie Talkies. They're great, and I cannot find them, and it's pissing me off. But it's worth it, I think, for us to invest in them, to use them in our own home, and also to have them on vacation for other things. But I think just to have them for the two of us to get in contact with each other in our own house is going to be huge. It's going to be great. So I'm going to see what the price is on those, and also maybe text Mimi and see if she knows if there's anywhere they might be hidden at our house in the garage, maybe. I don't know. But they're great for road trips also, if you're caravanning, if you have like people in multiple cars. That's what we had them for originally when we were driving across the country, and they worked incredibly well for that. But it is kind of funny. Anyway, P.O. Box, let's go. We had something at the P.O. Box. I picked the cutest and also on sale Walkie Talkies, but I was flustered by the fact that they were behind a case, and I didn't realize that they take batteries, which is a bummer, but I've been meaning to get reusable, like rechargeable batteries anyway, so I'm gonna see if they have those at the Fred Meyer. So, you know, sometimes you're just on a goose chase, and that's how it goes. I had to spend too much money on rechargeable batteries. I'm annoyed by that. I got these Little Debbie cookies and cream flavored brownies. I think they might rock. This tastes exactly the same as a regular Cosmic Brownie, which means I like it, but literally exactly the same. I'm a little disappointed, but ultimately comforted by the taste of Cosmic Brownie. I cooked these beans from dry, and now I'm making them into refried beans. Girls are watching Oswald?
Yeah. I don't think I've filmed since I finished editing.
Yeah, that sounds right.
'Cause we'll see you very soon, I know. Very soon, I know. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. Goodbye. And tomorrow, just like today, the moon, the bear, and the big blue house will be waiting for you to come and play. To come and play. To come and play. Bye now.
Bye, Luna.
Oh, baby, oh, my baby.
I know, buddy. We're all done watching Bear now.
I'm gonna make Felix a button up in the next few days, week, whatever. Having to draw the pattern. It was actually super difficult to find a men's button-down pattern. Anyway, it's also, you can't tell from this part, but it's so not meant to be a projector file that I have to keep going back and forth from the actual instructions to the thing that I'm drawing. Hello, it's 11:15 p.m. I gotta do the closing shift because we're going out of town for the night tomorrow. And believe it or not, I actually just cleaned everything like 2 days ago. So my hope is to be done before midnight. It's exactly 11:15 right now, so we'll see. That was part one. Cleaned the kitchen. Now I gotta put all the groceries away. It's 12:18. By the way, Felix is here. They're just putting, they're dealing with laundry stuff for the kids' clothing swap. So they have their own set of stuff to do tonight. They're washing the cloth diapers right now. That's what you hear. Kitchen's done. It's 1:16. Don't look at our floor, okay?
Okay.
We didn't vacuum, but Felix did put a lot of the stuff away over here, which is very nice.
Here's the deal. It's hard when you move into a home and you're like, it's already kind of bad carpet.
Oh, you are misremembering.
What do you mean?
It was not. Oh, you mean just in the ugliness?
Yeah.
It was not stained, or
no. But it was like weirdly like pilly in some.
That's true. Yeah, they probably had like office chairs in here at some point.
Yeah, which is fine. It's whatever, but just it's not. Anyway, I'm not invested in the cuteness of the carpet, and it turns out that I should have been.
Yeah, we made a mistake.
It's crusty.
I do think they have a carpet cleaner
stained.
upstairs, and we haven't tried to use it.
That's true.
Here.
That's very true. That's true.
So we will eventually do that, I think.
Anyway, generally speaking, Morgan vacuums very regularly, so it's not like it's like a biohazard or anything, but it's got
No,
more
I do vacuum
weird
most nights.
stains on it than I would have chosen for there to be.
Yeah.
If I could choose.
If I had thought. Was that your tummy?
Wasn't that crazy?
Did you eat one of the Walkie Talkies?
There's an alien in there.
Oh no. Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling.
My tummy.
Hello, my tummy. Hello. How are the talkies?
Yeah, I won't turn them on now.
No. They just yell at each other.
Yeah. But cute, right?
Maybe we'll use them tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got a secret third one that Mimi can have if she's feeling
It's like a secret agent.
nosy.
Yeah.
Just to listen to us, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Good morning. I'm making baby breakfast of grits and tofu. And Papa made a breakfast casserole that I think I'm gonna have for breakfast. We had breakfast for dinner last night, which is the best of both worlds. I put one of them in the dishwasher last night, at least, but I don't know if all of the pieces got washed. I think you might have to wash the lid.
10-4, Mama. What? Do you need anything from downstairs?
We will need a baby outfit, and he's been asking for you for hours now.
Okay, it's been 1 hour, so I don't think that's true.
Not if you ask him.
Well, he's little, so it feels different to him.
All right, yeah, bring an outfit and bring yourself. I think that's it. What are you working on this morning?
My black bean taquitos that were taken to the cabin.
What, you're supposed to leave in 30 minutes?
No. In an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Right, Mimi?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, well then perfect.
Yeah. Take that.
Headed to the park. I probably won't show you the park because I don't want everyone knowing, what all the parks next to us look like, but it will be fun.
She's giving Portland. Sex toy period, by the way.
Yeah.
Not an exclamation.
The other random like self-draftable applique things I made, but it honestly went way better than I expected for me not knowing what I was doing and not having like a tutorial or I had like seen these kind of things before. Honestly, like
Okay. The baby fell asleep. I think it was like an hour and a half ago. In that time, I was like, I'm just going to really quickly get today's video up because today's Saturday. I'm just going to really quickly get today's video up and then I'll be able to clean and pack because we're going to stay at Felix's family's cabin for Memorial Day tonight. Why did I think that? So I don't know what was going on with YouTube in that moment, but as I was trying to edit the captions for the video that was coming out today, it just like wouldn't play. And so then I ended up having to like watch the video completely like separately, basically. Still on YouTube. Like it uploaded fine. It was literally just the captions portion that was being wompy jog. So anyway, now that's up. I also made the thumbnail. I actually made 2 thumbnails. I'll show you. So I made 2 different thumbnails, and what I can do is upload both of them to YouTube, and it will tell me which one like new folks or returning folks clicked on based on which thumbnail they got. So it says like it's running a thumbnail test, and I think it says like 3 days it'll run, and then it'll tell me, and that kind of helps me determine maybe changes I would make to the next thumbnail, which I think is interesting. So now it's 3:30. I think the kiddo's gonna wake up, if I had to guess, between like 10 and 30 minutes from now. So I'm gonna start packing. Packing is also like kind of a big word because it's literally just one night. So all I need to make sure we have is like a couple change of clothes, like 2 outfits, PJs, our sound machine, medications, and I'm bringing my journal to fill out while we're there. I'm not bringing any like craft because we're just there one night. Oh, and my Kindle, obviously, the light of my life. I don't think I'll film that just so I can get it done a little bit quicker. So I'll see you probably when we're in the car on the way to La Pine. All right, we're driving.
Yeah, so
we're driving. Don't worry, we've got someone singing, playing the guitar in the backseat. I think it's smart to have live entertainment.
A serenade. I was driving and we're like 162 miles away. And we started at 165 and our tank has like 10, it's like a 9-ish, 10-ish gallon tank. It's probably 10, right? But I was like, Morgan, what is 165 divided by 9? And she looks at me with her little sunglasses and her little irritated eyebrows and goes, why would I know that? Like, I'm the dumbest person who's ever driven a car.
I thought you were telling us a joke.
What kind of joke is a math problem?
I don't know.
You thought I said 789, girl?
Yeah.
Girl, that's silly.
Oh, you were like, the way you said it though was like, oh, remind me. And I was like, is this some sort of secret joke that we have that I don't remember?
No. I love the sense of whimsy that you bring to the road trip. No, I was trying to figure out how many miles in the gallon we had to get for us to not have to get gas on the way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You're all done, guitar baby. We made it. I've actually never been to the upstairs part of Felix's family's cabin because we've never stayed the night. But now I want to come here with like 5 of my best friends and just like sew all weekend. Look, we got a little packing place set up. All right. Good night. Good morning. We made it here last night. Everything was great. The rest of the family right now, it's just Felix and the toddler and I, and then Grandma and Gramps. So we had a little bit of oatmeal this morning, but Felix really wants a Dutch baby because they have a Dutch baby addiction. And so I've driven to one of the 2 stores in town to grab some eggs and a couple other things. So let's go do that. I brought our walkie-talkie. I've already tried to talk to Felix and they didn't answer. I'm thinking, because they were going on a walk with Graham and the baby, I'm thinking that they forgot to grab their walkie-talkie. But supposedly it works up to 20 miles. We'll see. All right, let's go check out the grocery outlet, see what they got today. spent $21, perfect amount. I got eggs, as I was asked to get. Then, let's see, let's start with the things I was supposed to get. I was supposed to get creamer, I did, but 2 for the price of 1. I got kind of a crazy choice and then more of a normal choice. So I got coconut dairy-free vanilla, which I think Felix will like. But this was the last one of this chocolate-covered strawberry one, which I'm very interested in. I'm realizing now maybe it was there because it's going to expire soon. Yeah, it expires in like 3 weeks. But it's never been opened. Also, if I like it, I think I can freeze some of it. And then I was also supposed to get frozen strawberries, which I did. Then I got 2 treats, okay? And treats is maybe the wrong word, but I got myself some peanuts. I love peanuts in the shell. If any of you guys work for a peanut company, I'd love some peanut PR because I freaking love peanuts in the shell. Especially when like I come to a place like this, like anything kind of outdoorsy, makes me want peanuts in the shell. And then Felix is obviously vegetarian, but the baby and I are not, and other people are gonna be here today. So I got some sausage links. They were only, it was like $6, I think, for all of these. And I figure we can take them home at the end of the day. But I'm gonna heat some of these up now. Possibly also make myself eggs right now. I'm so hungry. I was actually very brave to not buy more. Felix and the baby are out on a walk. Hold on, let me see if they'll respond. Big mama to big daddy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm filming the haul. I thought maybe you'd want to say something on your fancy walkie-talkie.
All right, I think we're seeing some tracks out here on our walk.
Yeah, what kind?
We got deer tracks. We got something very small, possibly a bird. I think it was, I don't know what it looks like. And, chipmunks. And toddlers also.
Oh. 10-4. I know them ones is hard to come by, so you're real lucky. Are you outside?
No.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll see you when you get back then. Alright, so I'm gonna make a little sausage and egg and peanut snack. And then, I don't know what time we're supposed to have lunch, is the other thing. I think right now it's like 10:30. I'm hungry now, though, so let's do that. Just spending my morning like it's 1995. You know, a little sausage, a little walkie talkie, some sweet tea I made last night. America's favorite pastime, eating peanuts. Just the essentials. We had to stop at a gas station. We didn't make it very far before we needed Red Bull, and it's like one of these. You know what I mean? Like, this is dangerous. I'm glad that we have a kiddo who hasn't yet noticed that they put things on the shelf for him to buy, because this is fun.
Yeah. What I said for Emily, I was like,
I folded it and put it next to Purple Cow and the octopus. so hopefully he's a little more interested this time. Mimi, if I were to say to someone, Mimi hates the Beyond Burgers, would you say that's accurate? Thank you.
No, that's cool. I just said that I don't do. Prioritize race.
What are we watching? We haven't introduced
We're
it.
watching the Bricks and Minifigs. There's a Salem Keizer store that had something happen where like a bunch of Legos were stolen. They're worth $200,000. We're watching a breakdown about it by this YouTuber who's like fine, but like kind of annoying.
Clearly young.
Clearly young. Clearly maybe not even young, but obviously has not worked in like a customer-facing job, maybe ever, but at least an extended period of time. What this woman who works at this store was told, without question, was there's some insane guy named Brian.
Right.
Who
He's
thinks
just lying.
He's a liar. He thinks he owns such and such. They say they have a contract. They say they're doing all this legally. That's not true. That's absolutely what this lady's been
Right.
told.
She thinks that he is the bad guy.
Right. So, like, I just feel like it's bonkers of him to roll up to this location thinking he's going to be able to accomplish anything. Also, yeah, this lady's going to say, this is private property, we're calling the police. That's what she's been told to do.
Right.
You're going to be trespassed, you can't come here. That's true.
We know the Disney World lingo.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I know that's how that works. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of funny. So they're like, she keeps on...
Pikachu.
They keep on telling you to call the owner's store, but you don't even have the owner's phone number. It's like, well, yeah, duh. Like, it's probably Googleable. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
And if it's not Googleable, this lady who's just some, like, frontline Bricks and Minifigs cast member, she doesn't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not part of her... Anyway, I don't know. I just feel like it's... The likelihood that this is a, like, pyramid scheme of people who are trying to screw over Brian seems very unlikely to me.
No, I think it's one guy.
I think it's
Or
maybe
three.
4 guys and like also like layers of confusion.
Right.
But
And
possibly
I mean,
I'm
you know,
wrong.
I don't trust the cops either.
No, the police
No.
is being very unhelpful.
Right.
No,
yeah.
and they're being very unhelpful, but like they're not built to be helpful. Like their job isn't to
Their
be
job
helpful.
isn't to be
Their job
helpful.
is to protect private property, and they've asked for them to not be on that private property.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
So
mean?
it's not surprising.
Right. So it's like, yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
We're gonna make mac and cheese to this today.
We are.
The background of Bricks and Minifigs drama
Yes.
to mac and cheese making.
Yes.
Yes.
Serious.
Felix made coffee with the chocolate covered strawberry creamer, and it is so good. Starting mac and cheese. Starting the mac and cheese. All right, we have mac and cheese noodles. We have freshly shredded cheese. I'm gonna drain this and add half and half. Heavy cream and cream cheese. I forgot to show that I put mine in the oven.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, and in the oven. I forgot to show you all the other steps too. So just picture, this is what it looked like when it was done. And now Felix is working on
Vegan.
vegan mac and cheese. Did you want to talk about your...
I just haven't done this recipe before, and my stuff won't thicken, and it's pissing me off. I was using pot too small, could have been part of the problem. Now I'm using pot way too big.
No, not perfect size. What do you mean?
This is pot that was clean. That's where I'm at.
Here's mine baked. Felix's is baking. We've destroyed the kitchen that we cleaned a little bit this morning, so I'm gonna clean that. And then, while I'm doing that, a certain redhead's gonna put a certain baby down for a nap, I think. Okay, sorry for the front-facing jump scare, but I got some Fabulism fabric that I've been wanting for a long time. So I am gonna pre-wash it. Everyone clap. I'm gonna pre-wash it in their super nice washer upstairs. Then I need to do some hand dishes. Then we're gonna cut out a button down that I'm making for Felix out of this really bananas fabric that our friend Kyle found. I'm hoping I have enough fabric. If I have to cut the sleeves out of something else, it wouldn't be like the end of the world, but I'm hoping I have enough. Everyone pray, or whatever you like to do. Perfect. I'm gonna wash both of them actually. I probably should, huh? Yeah, shoot. I don't wanna do that. I will though. It's time to iron. We're at the party. This isn't your debut. You've been in the vlog before, I guess. But here's Simone. Pregnant. Little person.
Do you want me to show the drinks?
Yes, I'm ready. We're ready for the drink tour.
Okay, we have juice boxes, apple and mixed berry. We have sparkly water. We have mocktails. And we have fake beer. And we have real beer in the fridge, so no toddler drinks.
So no toddlers can have the beer, which because we're party poopers, we don't like for them to have fun.
It's really hard.
Yeah,
really
we've got a pretty sick spread here though.
I know.
We've got our mac and cheese, and then you're making the boys barbecue.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, cool.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yay.
Cute.
It's 10:15. Mimi actually finished cleaning the kitchen up here yesterday, which was very sweet. They're having their Salem Indivisible events meeting here at our house tonight. So I'm gonna start some coffee on Papa's machine so that Felix can make his coffee. I emailed Ninja, the brand Ninja, yesterday. I didn't email them. I DM'd them because they send PR sometimes. And I don't think they would hire us. I would love if they would hire us. But Cozy K, who by the way has way more followers than us, but they recently gifted her an espresso machine, and I was like, I'm trying to do that thing. Have you guys seen where it's like a trend right now where girlies in particulars who I've seen, but they'll be like, I'm trying to get 1,000 rejections, so they're just kind of asking like companies or jobs or their community like kind of cuckoo bananas like extravagant questions. And so some of the answers are surprising. So like one girlie asked a company if she could like be their ambassador in her city or whatever, and they were like, sure. And they just like started sending her stuff even though she didn't like have any followers at the time. Anyway, so I'm getting bolder. I'm just gonna be bolder. I'm gonna ask companies which have lots of money for things or to hire us directly. Hey, I'd love to work for you for a fee. For a little fee. Because I just, why not? Anyway, I encourage you guys to do that too. All that to say, completely unrelated, we slept terrible. Felix slept worse. We had, not to name any names, somebody who was very short and small and young in our house was party rocking, wanted to play, did not want to sleep from about 3 to 5 a.m. And Felix, who is dad of the year, was taking the brunt of that. I still didn't sleep great, but they slept much worse. So I took the kiddo to school this morning. I actually let him sleep in. It's not like school, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter if he's late. I just have to like let them know. So I let him sleep in a little bit since he didn't sleep very good. Took him, just got back. Gonna heat up some leftover breakfast casserole. I'm gonna watch probably one of my favorite like cleaning content creators to try and get in like a cleaning headspace, and then I have to clean downstairs. I know what you're thinking. Didn't you just do that 2 days ago? Yeah, that's just what it's like. Our kiddo's teacher's coming over this afternoon, and she's certainly seen our house not clean, but there's more places to sit if it's clean, so I'm gonna do that, which is a bummer because I was hoping I could sew while he's at school today, but I did not want to clean last night after bed. I wanted to go to sleep. So that's what we did. And thank goodness, actually, it was the right call because then we didn't get great sleep after that. But yeah, so let's start some coffee, heat up some breakfast, watch a little bit of YouTube. I don't know, a lot of hands today. Watch a little bit of YouTube. Then clean till baby gets home.
There's not enough creamer in it. Stop.
Trying not, but there's no creamer.
Trying not, but there's some creamer. Why would you do that?
No, it was an ice cube. I'll show. Playback. There was a tiny ice cube trying to choke me.
Twist it.
Pop it. Pump it. Rump it.
Oh, you clearly didn't spend enough time with the bottom.
No, I was pretty good at it for a long time, and then
If you mess it up, it goes bam, 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 ba.
I never messed up. Clink. That's so embarrassing.
Well,
God.
it's actually my first day on Earth.
It literally is. I would believe it.
I'm working today. I'm doing the Oswald and Weenie hat and then the other hat, and I have to film this and also edit it today, and so I have to work fast because we were so busy and we were doing stuff over the weekend, and so now my turnaround time for getting this video out is very short, which is why I have chosen to do a video on these little hats, which are small crafts, as opposed to sneak peek, Tutter, paper doll, put different outfits on Tutter, busy book page, which I'll also be working on and need to get done before his birthday, but this I'm prioritizing shorter turnaround project for this video. So, and I woke up late because Morgan let me sleep in, which is very kind of her because the baby was insane last night, which doesn't really happen very often, I would say, but sometimes in the night it's like he's possessed by a guy who just wants to have a fun time, not a sleepy time. And so that is tough for all of us because we would like to be sleeping. And he doesn't prioritize sleep in the same way that we do, you know. But he's almost 2, so that kind of makes sense.
Okay, I didn't film anymore on Tuesday because I was just cleaning more. And I'd already showed you cleaning, I think twice in this video. So, cleaned a little bit on Tuesday. That was pretty much it. And then we all hung out. Felix has started working on some birthday stuff, which you'll see.
I did the
soon.
whole Oswald hat. The reason why it's confusing in this video is because I said I was going to do 2 hats because I was going to put worms on his green hat that he really loves. That didn't happen. I just did Oswald hat because I did not have time because there was no time.
No, it takes longer than you think always for everything that a person can do.
The Lego scandal.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think we expressed it in the earlier part of the video. That's like 20 minutes from us.
Yeah.
Like, we have driven past the big sign that said, like, we lost a court battle and stole an old man's $200,000 life savings of Legos.
Yeah, we knew it was an AI-generated sign, but I thought...
it was a bad sign.
The family made it and had it put up, you know what I mean?
Right.
So if you do go watch it, I do think it's super interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's worth watching. This boy definitely uses AI a lot. So I wouldn't watch his other videos or...
The weird thing is that he talks kind of like, not condescendingly, but he does speak negatively about AI.
Right.
Like, he's like, the AI algorithm is bad, or like, I had ChatGPT do this for me and the answer was wrong. And it's like, oh yeah, buddy, I think you're just like way too comfortable using this tool
letting
that
it be
doesn't
bad.
work well. Like, it literally just doesn't do
the captions are often misspelled, but at least he has them, I guess. Like, it's hard, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't necessarily recommend his other stuff, but that video is super interesting, and yeah, it's literally like 20 minutes from us.
Yeah, it's technically in Keizer, but they say Salem, Oregon, and then it's the Keizer Police Department. And yeah, it's also funny because I feel like watching that video, going into it, this is like a 30-something-year-old white man who seems to have like a vaguely positive to neutral opinion of the police, or if he didn't have that opinion previously, he's doing a good job of kind of like faking, what's it called? Like assuming best intentions, like at least pretending he's assuming best intentions. And then I would say it very quickly becomes him being like, is this what it's like with the police? And then we also watched the second video, which I think isn't out yet.
No, it is out. It came out this morning, I think.
My mom subscribed to the Patreon. Anyway, that one's also very interesting. Yeah. And then it's got corrupt police in Utah. So, you know, what a wild time.
It was, it is super interesting. I'm glad it's getting picked up. He is annoying. He seems, I will say, like, he's doing chaotic good, it seems like, mostly.
Yeah, he's using...
Like, I do think he's trying to help this family, and he is using his, like, resources and obnoxiousness to their advantage.
Yeah.
Which I think if you have the privilege of being a white man with lots of money, you know, he's not doing, at least...
Or just lots of time.
At least in this video, he's not doing what Mr. Beast does, where he's like, I made poor people punch each other for $100.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
You know what I mean? And, yeah, so it is interesting. I do recommend it.
He is kind of like, he almost seems to me as someone who doesn't watch kind of like classic YouTube in that way and hasn't watched classic YouTube for a very long time.
Like he only knows like...
It almost feels like he's doing a bit. Like it seems like a comedian making fun of YouTubers.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's just like a little jarring.
Yeah.
So be warned.
It's not the type of content we normally watch.
No.
And like the style.
No, but this is literally 20 minutes from us. Yeah. So someone originally posted that sign, like the $200,000
on the Keizer Reddit.
No, there's no Keizer Reddit.
On the Salem?
On the Salem Reddit, on my Reddit. Yeah, they posted it there, and so everybody was like, what's going on with this? And then somebody posted the YouTube when it came out, and my mom, who's also very heavily on the Salem, Oregon Reddit, was like, oh my god. Also, funny thing, if you're on Reddit at all and you live in Salem, Massachusetts, I'm so sorry. Somehow Salem, Oregon got the like r/Salem, and so all the time we'll have people being like, is there any like extra fun stuff that you guys do for Halloween? And all the time we have to be like, which Salem are you interested in? Because this is actually Oregon.
Oh, the vegan mac and cheese. Turned out really good.
It was fine. I would do it a little bit differently next time. It needed to have more sauce. I don't know why in that recipe, which I'd never tried before, it calls for like 5 cups of plant milk and then like 6 tablespoons of flour, like to make the sauce, to make like the roux and like plant butter or whatever it was. That's just not how I would do that. I would use way more flour if I was going to use that much liquid. Yeah. So I feel like that was kind of weird.
Yeah, I feel like it tasted good. As someone who's not vegan at all.
Yeah.
I do feel like, something that I have tried to adopt when I'm trying vegan things is I can't really think of it as like vegan mac and cheese. I have to just think of it as like a vegan pasta.
Yeah.
Completely separate, because it doesn't taste like cheese, but it was really good. I added salt to mine, which isn't surprising. But
I didn't put that much salt in it. And then also I put red bell peppers, which they didn't put in it. I think that's the other thing, is I think the bell peppers were doing a lot of like heavy lifting on that meal.
A bell pepper does.
No, but like that's just annoying to me.
Yeah. I didn't film the closet declutter this week, so I didn't take you with that. I think I am going to film a short form of it just because it's something that needs to get done, but we don't really have time to do something that intensive to edit between now and the birthday party, next weekend. So
we also could be like, come to the next plus size clothing swap if you want to see some of these.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
Easy.
Anyway, so I am going to hopefully do that today before we go to a play date.
I'm not going to a play date. I'll be working on birthday stuff. I'm working on the birthday crown now.
Yeah.
It's going
Which
well.
you guys will see
that's
soon.
that's a video.
Yeah. Big, busy June, which is how it is every year.
It's the happy pride for our son.
It is happy pride for our son. Everyone say happy pride to our baby boy.
Yeah, because we're also proud of him.
Yes, we are proud of him. Yeah.
No, I finished Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. That's what I was reading during this time period.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's like one of my favorite books.
Really?
Now. Yeah, it's really good. It's very fun. I don't want to tell you what it's about at all.
Go in blind.
Yeah, that's best, I would say.
Yeah.
I went in knowing slightly about the premise, but yeah, it's great. I was trying to figure out if he's gay. I just really like the way that he writes. And this is now the second book that I've read of his. I'm reading Now Is Not the Time to Panic. And he's just really excellent at writing female characters, and it's really surprising to me. And
that is surprising.
He has a wife and 2 sons. Yeah, and his wife is like a poet, which is really cute.
I
follow him on Instagram now. He's only got like 7,000 followers or something.
Hey.
But
And you could be a new one of them.
you could. I already am.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking to the people.
Early adopter of following Kevin Wilson on Instagram.
Right. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for watching our other videos and supporting us. If you want to see more of us, we do have a Patreon where we post behind the scenes content. We post little chatty videos of us just talking about stuff that's going on, in our personal lives. And we also post these YouTube videos with no ads. So you could go over there and support us there if you pay $8 or more a month. Otherwise, it's kind of pay what you can, and you can still get access to everything else. Sorry the world is so scary, but you're so lovely. And we're so glad that you're here. Okay, go drink some water and enjoy the bloopers. Goodbye. Hold on, the thing's making sound. Because I usually just kind of set the camera up. Forceful, you know what I mean? So anyway. Oh no.
A Saturday night.
Why would you do that?
I haven't filmed since.
Bo.
Whoa, almost dropped you.
Oh, yeah.
Redacted house, actually.
There's that covered bridge.
I'll cut that out, I guess.
Okay, Morgan's doxing our friends. There's a pretty covered bridge.
I love this bridge. Oh, actually, I'm not, because they moved. So they don't live over here anymore.
Morgan is not doxing our friends. She's misremembering their locations.
Yeah. And then I was also... Can't talk. They look great. Worthy? Everyone's going to be like, oh, who's that man with the handsome hands? Okay, here I go. I'm going to get another shot of Cole. Perfect. for all the Goof fans out there.
For all the Goof fans.
You good?
Couldn't find the thing.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
What's your video? You just want to choose?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to include all of it, actually.